Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Becky, and today we are going to be working on layout number 2 for Mini Kit Monday, June 2019. Please make sure you go check out the rest of the group for Mini Kit Monday. We have Traci, Dollie, Kathy, Daisy, Leslie, and Shannon. I will have everybody linked down below. Now, I am using a sketch for this one because not only am I doing Mini Kit Monday, I'm also playing along with some challenges over at A Cherry on Top. One of the challenge is called Sketch with a Twist. And this is a sketch that was picked out, and the twist was you had to use 3 hearts. I do end up going way over on the 3 hearts, but I don't think you get penalized for using more than 3. The other challenge is called a 3 in a row challenge, and the row that I chose has hearts because it already ties in with the first one, semicircles, and the color blue. And as you can see, a lot of these pattern papers do have the color blue in them. Now I will link those 2 challenges down below in case you want to go play along as well. They close at the end of this month, the end of June. So I started out with a piece of white cardstock, and I just started cutting some strips. Some of them are in banners and some of them are just, basic strips with flat edges on either end. I am also going to end up pulling out some washi tape and putting that down along here as well. Everything is inked with the chipped sapphire distress ink. That is one of my favorite colors from the distress ink. Well, actually, it's oxide, distress ink oxide. I've really been into the navy blue lately. That will probably change eventually, but right now that's what I'm really into. Now, I will have to warn you that a lot of the embellishing process of this I did cut out. I pushed embellishments around the page for an hour. It doesn't all come together until I pull out a frame, so I will have a lot of that portion cut out. Now, because of the 3 in a row challenge, there were semicircles, so I punched out a bunch of circles with a 1-inch punch and just cut them in half. I layer them up onto the same size photo mat that I am going to be using for these photos right here. You can see the semicircle finished piece right there and putting it down, and I am just going to line it up so I have the 2 photographs and then that type of embellishment piece sitting right there on that side. The embellishment piece I do ink and blue. Now the photos I do not. I just kind of leave them alone. What gives me a really hard time when I'm doing the embellishments is trying to embellish over that piece. It's because it's so busy and nothing was working. I do end up finding a good fix for it in the end. Here's where I'm pulling out my washi tape. Now I did notice, and even right now I have the layout in front of me, some of the washi tape is already pulling up. This might be one of my biggest problems with washi tape. You have to add extra adhesive to it to get it to stay down. So I don't really use it that much, and this gets me to wondering why when I use brads on a page, I always cover up the back with washi tape. Is that washi tape pulling up and getting stuck on the back of other layouts anyway? I mean, I don't know, because I don't add extra adhesive when I do that on the back. Now I did choose to use that yellow polka dot to map my photos and also that large semicircle piece. Everything that I'm using right here was in my kit, except for I will pull in some My Mind's Eye letter stickers so I can make my title bigger. You can see I pulled out this Delight. Now I thought at first my title was just going to be Delight. I will change that to Delight in Family because I found a family sticker in the Amy Tan sticker book that I have in this collection. So at first I'm pulling out a bunch of these butterfly stickers. Every single one of those butterfly stickers are going to go away. I also end up pulling out a ton of these puffy plastic stickers by Fancy Pants. These give me a hard time, and they always really have, but I am happy to say that I did use that Delight, which is one of their Fancy Pants plastic stickers, and several of the hearts and also several of the dots do make it on a layout. I was really happy about that just because I struggle with those pieces. The photos that I'm scrapbooking today are photos that Marissa took. They are selfies of her and Riley together. She doesn't get a lot of photos of her and Riley, and I really try when I go visit, or if they come over here, you know, whatever the case may be, whenever I see them together, I do try to take photos of them together, because I know my son is not a big photo taker, so I don't think she gets very many photos of her and Riley together. A lot of them are this type right here that are selfies. And especially with Riley being so little, I think it's really important for her to have more photos of them interacting. You can see over here on this right hand cluster, I did do the semicircle strip that I had the same way that I did that little piece over on the right hand side, or on the left hand side. I did do a tiny strip of that with the semicircles, but I also layered some washi tape down there as well. So I did get to use washi tape in 2 different places on here. I think I used a total of 5 strips, so go me. I'm going to go ahead and add extra adhesive to the back of all the pieces I put down. Now this will cause me a problem, because in the end, I don't love the embellishing that I did, which is why I said I did cut a lot of it out. So when I pull up the pieces that I added the art glitter glue to, it does rip the back of my page a little bit. And so I have to find a different way to cover up some of those spots. None of these butterflies are going to stay in. All of the butterflies that I added the glue to do rip the page. I was just trying to get a bunch of those butterflies used up, because I have so many of those Kaiser Craft sheets in them, and the colors worked really well with the papers that I had pulled in. It's okay though, because at the end of the month, spoiler alert, I will have done 5 layouts. On Mini Kit Monday, we are only really required to do 3. I will have done 5 layouts, and I do get a bunch of those butterflies worked in on some other layouts. Now you can see over here on that embellishment piece, I am trying to build, now this is the cluster that is really giving me the biggest problem. I was trying to build an embellishment cluster over there, but it's so busy, so it was really hard. I do end up finding this picture frame, and I just cut it apart. And you can see I put this piece right down right there. It says I love right now. I am going to pull that pink circle bit off of there. It's gonna rip some of my circles, so I will have to find a different label to put down, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with a linear label that kind of runs across the top of that I love right now. I then decide to cut the rest of that frame apart. I'm gonna put a line underneath where it says family. See how it says delight and family? Look how busy that is. Oh my gosh, that is so horrible. And that's where I'm gonna go ahead and pull up that butterfly. So I have this piece of this picture frame down there, and it's like a stopping point. The embellishments are not going to fall below there. I'm just going to keep a few hearts and then also a few of the dots. Now you can see under delight, that is where I said that I pulled in some My Mind's Eye alpha stickers. So it ends up saying delight and family. That family came out of the Amy Tan sticker book that I threw into the kit. I will end up cutting apart another piece of that picture frame and running it along the right hand side. What I was doing right there is my paper was ripped underneath that I love right now as well, because I used the liquid adhesive. So when I changed my mind and pulled it up, it ripped the paper. So I just stuck another label sticker right down under there just to cover up that ripped paper. And here's where I put that picture frame piece down under there, so it's my stopping point. Nothing is falling below that line as far as the embellishments that are grouped in with that title. I'm going to take another piece of that frame and run it down along this side of here. Now that heart gets in the way. I will end up putting a little bit of foam tape under the heart so it can overlap that picture frame as well. And I just leave the heart, I put another little heart in there, that other little heart stays there, and I put a couple little dots from that Fancy Pants plastic puffy stickers. This layout is already so busy because I have all of the patterns in those strips. I'm going to leave it as it is. I am not doing any splatters on this one. I really like how it turned out. It is really, really cute. I do have some close-up photos at the end of this video if you want to see what they look like up close. So after I get everything glued down, you have to add extra adhesive to those plastic stickers. They're not going to stick on their own over time. So I do go back and add the glue to the back of everything. And after I do that, I'm done with this layout. I don't do anything else to it. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you go check out Traci, Dollie, Kathy, Daisy, Leslie, and Shannon. They will all be linked down below. I'm also going to link both of those challenges at a cherry on top in case you want to participate before the end of the month. And that's it. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.